Today we're going to be talking about one of the Greek myths about Prometheus, the Greek titan that committed one of the biggest crimes, in which he gave mankind fire. Before we can talk about this, I think it might be a little interesting to maybe learn a little bit more about Prometheus. And since I'm going to also be talking about Pandora, which is a myth that's in a way intertwined with Prometheus, I thought it'd be interesting to give some backstory on both. But Prometheus wasn't a god, he was a titan. His father was named Lapetius. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any names. I don't know how to pronounce most of them. And his mother, Themis, alongside his siblings Epimetheus, Menoetheus, and Atlas. He was around when the time of the Titans ruled, where there was endless night and pure terror. Prometheus, compared to the other Titans, he was one of the kindest one. He was the kindest Titan. And eventually when humans came around, he was one of the few to pity them. Soon enough, though, the reign of the Titans would be overthrown, as a power struggle began between the Olympians and the Titans. The Titans, afraid of being overthrown by the gods or by the Olympians, it began the Titanmachy. I don't know how it's pronounced, I'm sorry. Where there was only two Titans to fight on the side of Zeus: Themis, Prometheus' mother, and Prometheus himself. The battle went on for 10 long years, and Atlas, Prometheus' brother, fought as one of the leaders on the side of the Titans. But eventually, as we all know, the Titans lost, and the Greek gods became the ones to rule the universe. And the world was split into 3 different parts. Zeus became the god of the sky, the king of mankind. Poseidon became the king of the sea, and reigned supreme of the sea. Hades was given the underworld, and he ruled all the dead. All the Titans were punished, or all the ones that fought on the Titan's side were punished. But Atlas was singled out, and he had a special punishment, as he was such a skilled fighter and powerful. He was punished by holding the sky. And Zeus asked both Prometheus and Epimetheus to create both mankind and animal to populate the new earth. Epimetheus was given the task to create all the animals, and he gave every single one a positive trait. He gave them all a gift. But Prometheus was given the task to create man. But he pondered and thought over how to create it, so he took longer than his brother. And because of this, once mankind or human was created, Epimetheus didn't have a gift for him. So Prometheus, he pitied these humans, as they did not have a gift. So he plotted a plan to give the humans a kind of a gift. And Prometheus, he was determined to steal fire. And from this fire, he wanted to give it to humans, to the mortals. But, however, fire was a secret. It was a secret and a gift passed down from the Titans to the Olympians. Only the gods, the rulers, had access to fire, as it was such a sacred thing. And for Prometheus to steal it, it was dangerous, and it was, for sure, once it was discovered, it was inevitable for him to be punished. So, one day, he waited. He waited for the time where there was no one going to be watching, no one guarding Hephaestus, or Athena's workshops, and one day he raided them. He raided their workshops, where a lot of the fire was kept. He carried it down from Mount Olympus to the people, and the people were incredibly grateful for Prometheus, as it allowed them to advance in science, medicines, and everything. And Zeus, once he discovered this, he was angry, very angry, and he chained Prometheus to a wall. And every day, he sentenced Prometheus for an eagle to come every day to eat his liver. And every day his liver would regenerate, as he was mortal and a titan. But every day, the eagle would come and eat it. This went on for a long time, until eventually Prometheus was rescued by the demigod Hercules, who was Zeus's son. He shot and killed the eagle and freed Prometheus. In return for this, he revealed to him where he would find information regarding one of Hercules' tasks, which was to find the golden apples. But a lot of people would worship Prometheus, or a lot of people back then would worship Prometheus, as his sacrifice would help them. Their sacrifice would help them advance a lot faster and a lot more than if he didn't bring down the fire. So the Greek people believed Prometheus was, he was a titan, a big titan, who allowed them to help get them where they are now. I'm sorry for jumbling, but the Greeks worshipped Prometheus by throwing fats and bones into the fires. And Prometheus was the patron god of the science, and a lot of Greek metal workers would worship Prometheus for the fire. But however, Prometheus wasn't the only one that was punished. Zeus decided to punish humans as well, as he believed that the fire brought down by Prometheus was too beneficial, and he plotted to bring something down that would, in his eyes, even out the good that was brought to mankind, as he believed that this gift of fire was too much, and he wanted to punish the mortals and punish the humans. So with help from all the other gods, he devised a plan to send Pandora, who was named by Hermes, and was planned to bring all kinds of bad things to mankind. So, according to myth, she was taught needlework by Athena. Aphrodite shed grace upon her head, and cruel longings and cares that worried the limbs. Hermes gave her the power of speech, and to be a trickster in a way, and gave her a deceitful nature. Charity, I'm sorry, adorned her with necklaces and other fine things. And Hore adorned her with a garland crown. She was given a jar she was given a jar, but a lot of people think is a box because of mistranslation or textual corruption. Something along the lines messed up the text. So it depends on which versions, but on some it's a jar, on others it's a box. But whatever the case is, it contained a lot of bad things inside of it, and it was given to Pandora. But she was brought down with the humans, and there's a lot of different versions of the myth, so it really depends on which one you're reading, or which one you're reading or listening to, or whatever. But on one, she marries a man, and they live together. But one day, out of curiosity, she opens the jar or box, and evil escapes into the world. In another version, she goes along with Prometheus, where he was warned by Prometheus to not accept any gifts of the gods. But Prometheus disregarded this and made Pandora his wife, which one day, out of sheer curiosity, again, she opens the box or the jar, and every single thing goes out. Evil, disease, corruption, everything seeps into the world. And looking at all of those things coming out, she runs over and closes the lid of the jar, which traps one thing inside this world, inside the jar. And that's hope. Hope, 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 hope. And this is why, according to myth, that us humans, us people, lose hope last, or we contain hope because it was caught inside the jar, which is why to them, hope is the last thing to die inside of a man or inside of anyone. And this action, this opening of the jar, would mark the end of the golden age of humanity, which during it, no one would die, everyone lived a prosperous life, everyone had access to anything, food, water, death wasn't a thing. But because of this, the Silver Age followed, which men, women alike, were now able to die, and women were given the punishment of having to give birth. And this gave the rise to the cycle of life and death. But there was a flood, same like the Bible. There was a huge flood, and Pandora is considered by the past Greeks to be the grandmother of all humans, as her children and Prometheus' children were the only mortals to survive the Great Flood. The last two were Pyra and Deucalion. I'm really sorry, but they were the last two to survive. So they repopulated the planet according to myth, and because of them, Pandora is considered to be the grandmother of everyone. But that's why there's evil in the world according to the Greeks. Prometheus, trying to help humans in advanced science and everything, also brought a lot of evil and bad things into the world. So Prometheus, in a lot of the ways, is a savior, but also an accident caused a lot of evil. But it's just a myth, and it's a lot of culture. It's a story told by the ancient Greeks, and a lot of these stories were part of their culture. So a lot of them are interesting, and I'm going to keep looking at more and reading more, and maybe making more videos about them, because a lot of their stories, a lot of their myths are really interesting. The Odyssey or the Iliad being some really cool ones, really interesting ones, but those are videos for a later time. This is a shorter video, which I plan to make 2 kinds of videos weekly. One will be a shorter one, like this one, and the next one will be a longer one, like 20-30 minutes. But until I'm finished with that, I'll be making smaller videos, like these 10 to 15 minutes. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll have a good night. I hope you all have